Hello everyone, welcome to ECE 106, Electricity and Magnetism, the course that is offered in winter 2021 at the University of Waterloo. My name is Majedi. I'm a professor at the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, was appointed to Physics and Astronomy. Since the course is offered fully online this term, we have decided to combine the two sections to allow you to have access to the same course materials and learning resources. So I'm going to explain about the grading scheme in course assessment and leave the other logistics to Professor Brenda. So your mark is going to compose of 5 different components. The first one is weekly quizzes worth 20%, midterm exam 22%, final exam 26%, design project 20%, and labs 12%. We're going to have 2 live sessions each week, and I'm going to see you on Thursday, January 14th at 1 p.m. Waterloo time. See you soon.
Hi, my name is Brenda Lee, and I am one of your instructors for ECE 106 this term, alongside Professor Majedi. I am an experimental biophysicist by training, and I am also a full-time lecturer and academic advisor in the Department of Physics and Astronomy. Although I don't use electricity and magnetism for engineering applications, I do use it for research in biosensing, surface potential measurements for model lipid membranes, and more. Now I'll let your lab instructor, Roehl, introduce himself prior to moving on with the logistics for this course.
Hi, my name is Roehl, and I've been a lab instructor here in ECE for a very long time. I'm looking forward to working with all of you as your lab instructor on ECE 106 this term.
So now on to the logistics. One of the main things that you'll have to do when you first join the class is to navigate through Learn. We've tried our best to make life easier for everybody, so we're going to make sure that Learn is organized to the best of our ability and that you have checklists to go through every week to make sure you're doing everything that you have to do. So when you first go to Learn, you'll see the course shell, and just keep in mind that we will be posting announcements here, so please do take advantage of the notification system through Learn, just so that you can stay on top of things and make sure you haven't missed any deadlines. Next, what you would want to do every week is to go into content. And as you can see here, we've organized it so that you can look at course information here, in which case you will take a look at the course outline. I'm going to go through that in a bit. You have your labs and design projects. You actually have 3 labs throughout the term, as well as 1 major design project. All of them will be in here, and they're going to be managed by Roehl. So please do make sure you contact the lab TAs or Bernie so that he can answer your questions. Next, you have lecture content. So both Professor Majedi and I are in charge of the lectures and the tutorials for the class. We're going to organize all of the materials week by week, and we're also going to have a checklist on Learn for you to click on. So as a student, what you will see are these weeks that'll pop up every single week. So here we have week 1 from January 11th, January 15th. The first thing you're going to do is there's going to be a checklist that pops up soon. You'll click on the checklist. It'll say what you have to do for the week. And then afterwards, just go through the content. So go through the chapter 1 notes. All of the course notes are from Professor Simarjit Saini, who I taught with last year. And go through all the notes. They're very detailed, very helpful. We also have corresponding or accompanying videos that go through all of the notes as well. They're on YouTube. We will also have a list of all the videos that you can download just in case you can't access YouTube. So for the first week, you're going to have to go through chapter 1 and chapter 2, so make sure you don't fall behind. This course is very math intensive, so please make sure you ask questions if you're struggling so that you can stay on top of everything. Apart from the course notes and the videos, we also have problem sets that are released every week. So over here you can see there's problem set 1. If I click on this, I'm going to be able to see a bunch of problems that I can work on. So the recommendation is that you go through the lecture notes or the videos, preferably both, and then go through the practice problems here. We will be taking up the solutions for the practice problems during our live lectures, as well as a summary of the lecture notes. Let's now go through the course outline. There are several things that you have to be aware of for this course. So we're just going to go to learn and just make sure the first thing you do is actually read the course outline, so you know everything that's required of you for the term and so that you don't fall behind. So when you go through the course outline, on the first page, you will see who your teaching team is. So you actually have 3 instructors this term, 2 in charge of the lectures, 1 in charge of the labs. So our names are here. You also have a bunch of TAs to help support you throughout the term. All of their names are here. If you have lab related questions, please direct them to the lab TAs. If you have questions related to the concepts that are presented in the course, please present them to the tutorial TAs. Now, the recommendation is that you don't email the TAs individually. We prefer you to use our support system, which is going to be Discord. So I will be going through Discord shortly as well. Now, apart from the learning outcomes, I want to briefly mention the textbook. We don't have a textbook for this course. Professor Simarjit Saini has kindly given us his course notes from last year to use. But in terms of extra practice, it doesn't hurt to actually get your hands on one of these textbooks. There are 4 textbooks that we would recommend. There's one named Hawks, 2nd edition. This is the textbook that you would have used for ECE 106. Although it does cover the topics for electricity and magnetism, ECE 106, there are several confusing sections in there that aren't as beneficial. So that is a textbook that you should already have, but not highly recommended from us. The 3 other recommended textbooks would be Purcell and Morin. That one is actually a really, really nice textbook. It's a green textbook and it's quite difficult, but it has very beautiful explanations of all of the different phenomena that we're going to cover in the course, and it also has a lot of practice problems. The 3rd one is Griffiths, an Introduction to Electrodynamics from Cambridge University Press. This one is another awesome textbook. I have both the Purcell and Griffiths textbooks, and I basically use both of these throughout my undergrad and grad school to be able to understand everything. So highly recommend these 2. There's also a 4th one, Sidiku, Elements of Electromagnetics. This one has more of an engineering perspective, and I would also recommend that as well. If you're wondering what kind of topics we're going to cover throughout this course, you can actually hop on over to the course outline, and under course content, there's a breakdown of what we're going to cover every single week, as well as the corresponding chapter numbers. So do take a look at that if you're interested in knowing how we're progressing throughout the term. Next, we have online resources. So it's very important that you have set up and are familiar with all the different platforms we're going to be using for this course. We've tried to keep things to a minimum so that you're not overwhelmed and have too many things to look at. For content delivery, what this means is the course notes and also our pre-recorded lectures. Learn is our main method of delivery. We're going to be posting all the videos there, but we will also be using our own YouTube channel to post our videos. The reason for that is because it's a lot easier to scrub through a video through YouTube, but if you don't have YouTube, that's okay. We will also be posting the videos to Learn directly for you to watch on Learn or to download. Apart from the YouTube pre-recorded videos, we also have live lectures. Professor Majedi and I will also be doing live lectures on Wednesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. EST every week. Please make sure you can attend those. It would be for your benefit. If you can't attend, that's still fine. All of the lectures will be recorded and posted to Learn through Cisco WebEx. So please make sure you do have access to WebEx if you want to attend the live lectures. Now, for course evaluations, which is basically assessments, we're going to be using two different platforms, Learn through their quiz and Dropbox submission systems, as well as Crowdmark, in case you have any analytical problems you have to solve. So just make sure you're familiar with Crowdmark and Learn. If not, that's still fine. We'll provide detailed instructions for your first assessment. Next, we have office hours and support. We have decided to use Discord as our primary method of office hour and support this term. If you have trouble setting up Discord or accessing Discord, that is still fine. You can reach Professor Majedi, myself, and Bernie through email, WebEx, and Microsoft Teams. So we have different ways for you to reach us in case you need support. I will be talking about Discord separately afterwards to go through the process of how you would join, how to verify yourself as a student, and how to use our ticketing system. So Professor Majedi has already introduced the grading scheme, but I'm just going to go through each of them in a little bit more detail. The weekly quizzes are worth 20%. They're going to be held every Monday, and they'll test you on the content from the week before. So that means the first quiz is going to be next Monday. Keep in mind that your worst 2 quiz grades are going to be dropped, so take some comfort in that. The problem sets that we'll be releasing every week are really important practice for the quiz. So make sure you do all the practice problems before you attempt the quiz, because it will be timed and you won't have time to go through all of the practice problems again. There are 2 summative assessments. There is a midterm and a final exam. The midterm is worth 22% and it's on March 3rd, 2021. It's going to cover the first half of the course, which is primarily on electrostatics. You'll also have a final exam with 26%. That's on April 22nd, 2021, and that's going to include post-midterm material, or basically magnetism and Faraday's law. You also have a design project worth 20%. Definitely start thinking about this once we release the details for the project around week 6. It's worth a lot, and you do want to spend a lot of time on this to make sure you've covered all your bases. Finally, there are 3 labs throughout the term. In total, they're worth 12% of your final grade, and Bernie Roehl will be in charge of those. So to help everybody out, we actually have already included a weekly schedule in the course outline just so that you can plan your week well. So the weekly course schedule will go somewhat like this. On Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be posting material on Learn for the following week. So that includes your course notes, that includes your problem sets, your videos, and your labs, if there is a lab that week. And on Saturday, Sundays, sometimes we might have office hours, especially later on in the term before a midterm or final exam. On Mondays, you have your weekly quiz. So that's going to be a timed quiz, but you have 24 hours to do it, or to start it. On Tuesday, the solutions for the quiz and the previous week's problem set will be released. And if needed, we will hold office hours. On Wednesday and Thursday, both Professor Majedi and I will hold live lectures. So I'm in charge of the Wednesday lectures at 1 o'clock, and Professor Majedi is in charge of the Thursday lectures at 1 o'clock. Both of these lectures will be recorded and posted on Learn, and it's highly recommended that you attend them. Thursdays are also an important day because on the weeks where there are labs, all of the labs will be due at 11:59 p.m. EST to Learn's Dropbox. And then on Friday, office hours as needed. So just keep in mind throughout the whole week, to summarize, material will be posted by the weekend for the next week. Make sure you go through all of the content and be prepared for the quizzes on Monday. Afterwards, make sure you attend the live lectures on Wednesday or Thursday, or just watch the videos so that you can study for the quiz on the following week. Throughout the week, we will hold office hours. They might change every week, but if you do need help, there's no harm in reaching out to Professor Majedi, myself, or Bernie so that we can set things up amongst the teaching team.
There are going to be 3 labs in the course, followed by a final design project. They should all be fairly straightforward, but if you have any questions at any point during the term, please reach out to the teaching team using Discord. See you during the term.
The last topic I want to go through is Discord. So we've set up a custom Discord server for office hours and support to replace Piazza. And with the custom Discord server, there is a verification system that has been implemented. So when you sign up for Discord, you're going to have to verify yourself as a University of Waterloo student. So I'm going to take you through that process in a bit. As well, I want to let you know that we have a custom ticketing system through Discord. So it's a first come, first served basis. What you're going to do is create a ticket, and anyone of the teaching team can see it and respond to you as quickly as possible. So with 3 instructors and many TAs, we will put all of our efforts into answering your inquiries and your questions as quickly as possible. So the first step to Discord is to actually invite yourself to the Discord server. If you have an account already, then you'll know what to do. If you don't have an account already, then what I would recommend is to click on this link, and you'll be directed to a page where you'll be asked to either sign in or create an account for Discord. If you have any troubles creating an account, feel free to reach out to myself by email so that I can help you set things up. Okay, so when you first join Discord, what's going to happen is you're going to see a welcome screen. And so you'll see something like this. We have a purple logo with ECE 106 on it. It'll welcome you to ECE 106 W21, and the top things to do are to verify your account before using Discord and to view important announcements. So the first thing you do have to do is to verify your account before using Discord. Now I'm going to exit this. If you go in, what's going to happen is you won't see any of these channels to the left. You'll only be able to see these 2 over here, which is how to verify and verify here. So one of the first steps is to verify yourself as a University of Waterloo student. You're going to click here on how to verify, and there are instructions here as to how you would verify yourself. And once you're ready to verify, go to this channel over here called Verify Here, and all you have to do is type in !, verify, and then your WhatIam username. So try that to verify yourself automatically. If that doesn't work, feel free to reach out to me so that we can take care of that right away and get you verified. Once you are verified, all of these channels will then be visible to you. So I'm going to go through what to type or what to talk about for each of these different channels. First of all, we have a general category over here. We're going to be posting announcements in this channel. We'll also be posting to Learn, of course, as our primary mode of communications, and also send emails to you if something is very important. But general announcements will also be repeated here so that you get notifications. This welcome channel basically tells us who has joined the server, hopefully everybody in the class. We have an off-topic and a memes channel for everybody to socialize and get to know each other. Then we have a lecture category. This is where you would discuss topics about the lecture material, so the concepts throughout the course. There is a general discussion for any general questions about due dates, about the course itself, anything along those lines. You also have a section for concepts. So we might actually add more channels as the term progresses in case we have groups of conversations happening for different types of concepts. For now, we just have a general 1 concepts here. So if you have any questions about any of the content that we've learned throughout the course, or you're struggling with a problem, I would recommend posting it here. Then you have quizzes. Sometimes after a quiz is complete, maybe you're confused about the solution, or maybe you want to discuss the quiz with one of the teaching team members. This is where you would do it. But of course, no helping each other during an actual quiz, or else we'll go in and delete the message. Next, you have a lab discussion area. So this entire category is dedicated to labs and projects. So there are actually 3 channels here, Lab 1, Lab 2, Lab 3. Please make sure you discuss each lab in its corresponding location so that the students, so that everybody can differentiate between the different questions. There's also a channel for projects, so make sure you go there for any questions you have about projects, and Bernie and the lab TAs will monitor these channels regularly. We've also set up some voice channels. We have a general voice channel here, but throughout the term, especially once we have office hours, we'll be adding more voice channels here, especially if you want to meet up with smaller groups of individuals to help each other out. Last but not least, I want to go through a section of this Discord channel that's very unique. It's the help and support channel, and there's a create a ticket system. So in order to create a ticket as a student, just click here and click on the envelope icon. So when you click on the envelope icon, a ticket will be opened for you, and you'll see it pop up over here where there's a red dot. So I just clicked on the envelope icon. I created ticket number 5. Click on here, type in whatever you need to type in to ask your question. If you need to ask a question specifically to one of the TAs or to one of the instructors, you can tag us using at Brenda Lee, at Bernie, or at any of the teaching team members that are listed over here. So you have professors, you have lab TAs, you're going to have tutorial TAs as well. Once you're done with the ticket, there are 2 things you can do. You can close it or you can delete it. So to close it, you would type in $close. And when you type in $close, you are given 3 options. You can save the transcript, reopen the ticket, or delete the ticket. Once it's closed, usually you don't have to do anything every week or every few days. The teaching team will go through and purge all of these tickets. So if something is very important, we'll usually just save them, and the transcripts will all be over here, and they're private and confidential. Keep in mind that every ticket that you create is confidential. Only the teaching team can see it, not any of the other students. So feel free to talk about your any grading issues or any quiz problems, or if you have troubles or are seeking an extension of some sort, feel free to use the ticket system as well. We'll be monitoring it very closely. Apart from that, I think that covers everything on Discord. By all means, reach out to us if you have any questions. We'll be here to support you throughout the term, and I hope you do enjoy ECE 106.